Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Diana and this is the channel for dreamers like you that want to achieve actually your dream and your goal, but you're not sure what to do with, and also be more confident when doing those things. So it's really challenging to actually pursue your dreams, but it's also combining it with confidence and being confident with yourself and being your true self. So that's technically what we're going to talk about today in this video. We're going to talk about how to be your true self for 2022. And let me tell you, it's been even hard for me to be my true self because it's always like a learning curve. It's always a journey. And it's always good to remember that it's not like today I'm not my true self, but tomorrow I will. It's a whole process. And we also have to take care of ourselves, don't pressure ourselves to like, I have to do it by today and blah, 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 blah. But just take your time with all of these, okay? So as we said, I'm going to talk about how you be your true self for 2021 and grow in this 2022. Okay, I'm also going to break down tangible steps. As always, just bring your paper and some pens to write them down because you definitely will need them. Just super side note, when I talk about the true self, I'm talking about being the best version of yourself. So some people say like be your best version of yourself or your true version of yourself or the highest version of yourself. It's kind of like the same thing. I'm personally talking about the true self when I'm talking about this, but it's all the same thing. Okay. So like I said, pen and paper, and we can start. So like I said, when we talk about the questions that I'm going to send you, I'm going to talk about the questions, write them down, then pause this video and then do them literally right away, because it's very important to write them down as you're thinking, as you're doing these things. So if you have at least 30 minutes to have this time to reflect on yourself and be a good start of this 2022, then do that, okay? So I'm gonna tell you the questions. There's gonna be three parts of the questions. So there's one type of the questions and then another one and then another one, okay? So you can pause this video when I'm done with the first one, the second one, and the third, okay? So let's start. So what do you love to do? So your passions, what you're naturally good at. For example, I'm naturally good at painting, or you're naturally good at writing, or you're naturally good at, you like drawing, or you like color pencils. I don't know, whatever. Write all that list down. So that's the first step. So you can pause it, write it down. The second thing is your weaknesses. What are your weaknesses and your flaws? It's very important to understand not just what you love and your passions, that is also very great, but also understanding your flaws and your weaknesses. So it's understanding the whole version of you and not just like the good side, but also the bad side of it, okay? So what are your weaknesses, your flaws? It's very important to know the whole you and not just the good part, okay? The other question is, what is your number one goal? Just if you had to pick, I have a list of like literally 12 goals for this month, for this year. But just pick one. What is the main one that you want to focus on right now, today, okay? What is that one goal? Write them down. Write this down like really clearly, maybe in your journal or on your computer or somewhere that you see it a lot. So you remind yourself every day that you're pursuing that dream and that goal, okay? And then before you write it down everywhere, I wanted you to write it down on your journal, right? On your notebook. Why do you want to pursue that dream? So why do you want to pursue your painting business? Or why do you want to pursue your dream job? Why do you want to pursue that? So, and when you're doing this exercise, also please remember that, take your time doing this, no rush. But also ask 3 whys before you actually create that goal and put it everywhere you want, okay? Why is it important? Because you dig deeper on why, the core reason why you're doing this goal. Just doing this goal because you want to, it's good enough, but you're not going to stick with it throughout the whole year or throughout until you actually accomplish that goal. So it's very important to actually get deeper into that goal and understand the real reason why. Okay. So at least 3 times why before you write it down and be like, okay, this is it. Okay. Now you can pause this video. That's the first step. Okay, I'm just going to drink some tea. Now, when you are done with the first part, it's a very important part. Once you know that, that's technically knowing the good side, the bad side, and your goal. That's technically what we're doing in the first exercise. Now, the second exercise is also very important because now we're going to understand and compare where you are right now, where you want to be, right? It could be like literally this, or it can be this, or it can be like, lower, whatever it might be. Okay. So I want you to, when you were comparing this, I want you to focus on something, being positive about it, and not be like, oh, I'm not doing anything for my goal. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, blah, 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 blah. But just being here as a reflective, just reflect on these goals and reflect on comparing yourself right now. Okay. So the questions are, in the last 24 hours, what are things and actions that you have done that are getting you closer to your goals? So in the last 24 hours, what are the things that you've done that are getting closer to your goals? Is it watching this video? Is it reading a book? Is it investing in coaching? Is it investing in yourself in some way? What is it? Okay, just make a list. Make a list of things you have already done, not that you want to do, okay? Big. The other question is, what are the things that are stopping you from dreaming that dream, that goal that we mentioned in the first exercise? What is something that is stopping you? But maybe one thing, maybe be 50 things, but what are the things that are stopping you, right? Write a list, all the things that are stopping you from achieving that dream. And the last one is, what are you acting like your true self today? So are you acting as your true self today? Really? Like a 20% or like a 80% or like a 99%? Let me know on the comments below if you want to write it down or just write it on your journal. How, and this is a good question to also do it daily. How much percent I am being my true self today? Am I being 50% true myself, or a little bit more, a little bit less? How are you feeling? And that's a good record to understand that progress. And one of the quotes that I love is to understand that you have to just, every day you can be 1% better. You don't have to be 100% better, just 1%. And then 1%. And then 1%, and then another 1%, and that adds up to like 365% at the end of the year. So it's really good to just start little by little. It's super important. It's not about the big moves, but it's about the smaller steps that you're actually taking in order to get that big move, right? It's not like you're just going to be like, oh, I have everything figured out now. It's little by little that you're going to figure it out, okay? So that is exercise 2. You can pause the video right now, journaling. I'm going to take another cup of tea. Now that we've done exercise 1, that is, understanding the whole part of you. Now that we have actually compared where you are right now, where you want to be, right? And the third exercise is, now that you compare the true self and the version that you are right now, how can you become more your true version? So action steps that you can take right now, they can be your true version, okay? So this can be So how can you be more your true self? That is the question, okay? This can be routines like morning routine, evening routine, night routine, whatever routine, before going to work routine, after work routine, whatever it might be, lunch routine, whatever works for you. And it's very important to understand that you don't have to have routines, but if you're comfortable and you're already used to routines, then do the routines, okay? There's another video about routines and really what works for you and scheduling everything. You can check that out too in the Organize Your Life playlist. So check that out too if you need more like organizing, break it down a little bit more. So that. The other ones, it can be a choice, it can be routines, certain actions that you want to take. For example, if I want to write a book, I need to, write it. Sounds very obvious, but let me tell you, that's the step that we want to avoid. But we also want to understand, like, can I take a course about how to write a book? Can I take a course about how to publish a book? All of those things give you tools in order to accomplish that goal, right? So these are like small steps that you're actually taking. Maybe you want to write your introduction or your like skeleton of the what are going to be the main topic, the subtopics of the book that you're going to write, whatever it might be. Just start right now. That is the thing. Another thing can be that mindset shift. You're like, oh no, I'm scared. What are they going to think about me? Blah, 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 blah. That can be another thing. Getting coach or getting somebody, a therapist or whatever it might be for you, and taking that mindset shift. Another one is taking care of yourself. So those are all the things that you can do right now to be more your true self. Okay. The other question is, what are the ones that you feel your true self? What are people? So I feel like I talked about this in another video, and it's very important to talk about this because I have personally learned this last year and this year kind of. And it's very important to surround yourself with people that want to push you and push you in the way that makes you grow, not makes you like fear or like not confident and everything, but it's more like what they want you to grow as a person or as your professionally or personally, whatever it might be. But who are those people that you're like, yes, I love talking with Pedro because Pedro always motivates me. He's always very inspiring. He helps me with, some of my business stuff. He helps me personally, whatever reason it might be, just write the list of those people that you like to hang out with in general so you can grow. Okay. And then the third question is, what are people that you don't feel that you're not your true self? You can be your true self or you're not true self. So this is important to understand the difference between these two people, because these people that love you and like care about you and want you to achieve your dreams are gonna have a different vibe, totally different vibe. If you hang out with them, the majority of the time, you're gonna boost your results and get that dream much faster. That if you're surrounded with negative people and you're just like, oh, I don't know, and take one action per week or like one action per year, and that growth is going to be very small growth. That's going to be very small versus the growth that if you are with people that motivate you every day. Okay. It doesn't have to be every day, but most of the time. Okay. And also, it's very important to understand that stay away from them, the people that are not negative to you. And I'm not saying like just push them away, but just saying like put some boundaries. And I have a video of that too in a relationship playlist too. Just the comparison about healthy relationships, how to put boundaries with your friends, family, coworkers, everything. So go check that out if you want more info about that. I go really deep about that. So super good tips about that too, if you want to check that out. So that's the third step. So first exercise, you can pause this video to do the exercise, but first exercise is understanding your true self, right? Your whole body. Then comparing it where you are now, where you want to be. And the third one is actually what are your little action plans that you can take right now to achieve that goal, to take you closer to that goal. Okay. So I already did that recap. One is figure out who is your true self, why is your true self, getting into that deep. Compare, contrast, what is your true self, not your true self, where you want to go with that. And then the third one is actually taking action right now that you can take. So for example, those routines, if you're doing the routine right now in the morning, this video in the morning or in the evening, try to think about that routine in the evening. So if you want to do meditation or you want to do journaling or you just want to go for a walk in the evening, whatever it might be, do it that literally day. Unless it's too late, but try to do that day or try to plan it that day, okay? Remember, there's a lot of videos you can see here about organizing, also about taking action, also about motivation. So you can check all the rest of the videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you had an amazing journey here, actually being your true self. So it's very important not to just be like, I think I'm my true self. And no. So it's really important to be your true self, and it's going to boost you results for 2022. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.